back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Oh, damn!
Cook it up, gourmet, I go Super Saiyan, go tank.
Well, Coach, the good news for now, no snow in the forecast, but plenty of scarves and mittens in this sea of orange at Empower Field at Mile High, just west of downtown Denver. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Denver Broncos. And a fair catch. Successfully.
We got this.
Come on, set. 90, Wolf.
56.
Move.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Down to lose one.
Five.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throws right side, and that's complete.
Let's go.
23 yards on the play.
To number 85. It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, New Orleans.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
44 to Mike. 44.
Now.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Hey, wahoo.
Second and 9 now. They'll let this thing go for Sanders. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A big play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The extra. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Winston. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
From just shy of midfield, Winston. He finds Hopkins complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He's got the first down here inside the 30 and all the way down to the 25-yard line. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Get him! Black with his head! Hey, stop!
Right there.
Follow!
54 Mike. Watch.
On first and 10, Winston. Oh, a nice spin. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
47's the Mike, boy. 47. Check, 47. Here we go.
Winston now, letting one go deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete.
You probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now Winston. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point from McManus is good, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10.
Mike, 44.
Looking to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Banks.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
At the 31-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Yeah.
2nd and 2. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Hey, shoot!
Mike 50, Mike 50. I got him. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Quick run! Ready?
2nd and 5. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
Set, ready? 30 base.
Yeah.
Now.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. No problem there on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10.
Kill.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They'll run here with Lindsey. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Ready? Black 25, behind. Green, triple team.
Watch the slack.
Let us go.
On 3rd down, Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
This is taken at the 15. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Banks. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards, good for his Saints first down. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Let's go, D. 53 to Mike. 53 to Mike.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He gets this complete to Shaheen, the tight end. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Credit the tackle to Isaac Yiadom. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
Throwing on second down. Winston. He's got his big tight end, Fant. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Winston from the gun on third down. This is the tight end, Fant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
5 on the 50. 5.
Winston now to throw on first down. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Ready. Mike, 56, right there, 56.
They'll run on first down. Banks. Tackled by Jordan Willis.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
High 7.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Let's go.
He'll look to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Garyon Conley. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They go play action. Winston. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ed Oliver racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
A minute 52 to play until halftime. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Jameis now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. To throw is Winston. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Throw left side complete. That's Jordan. 23 yards, the final tally.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
On 1st down, it's Lindsey. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
Wait.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Working out of the gun, Winston. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Winston. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Noah Fant with touchdown number 8 on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. McManus's point after is good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far as his guys are able to regain the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Hey,
Check Mike 47. Check Mike 47. Rip left. Rip left. Check 37. Check 37.
Come on.
Play fake. Winston. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Green, triple T. Let's go.
Throwing, Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Ready up. Hey, Delta.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Fofo to Mike. Mike's Fofo.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now he's got it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. The extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Winston. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Coming to you. Coming to you.
From the gun, Winston. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Watch the pass. Mike, 53.
They'll throw now on the final play. Now he's going to go up top over the... He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Let's go, fellas.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Second half starts with a run by Lindsey. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Another run by Lindsey. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jameis to throw it. He's got his tight end fan and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense. On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Check 3. Check 9.
They'll run with Lindsey. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 9.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Here's Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Here's Winston. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans.
1st down, New Orleans.
Mike 56. Mike 56.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, trying to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Flushed out right. Open man, it's Keith Kirkwood. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 31-yard line.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Check, hey, over.
Crunch. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
All day, baby. All day.
They'll set up a throw. Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
We ain't beginning to turn you up. Don't get nervous.
2nd and 10. Open man, right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Hey, echo.
Check.
Let's go.
Now back to throw. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jay Sternberger, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Here we go.
25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
the amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with third and long, which means you've got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And, oh, Jameis intercepted a third time. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Now, remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Pick me up. Here we go. Both sevens and Mike.
A first down throw for Winston. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox in there for a milestone sack. That's number 150 of his great career. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Winston now. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Play action now. Winston. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the...
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Winston. He finds Hopkins complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. DeAndre Hopkins. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos cut into that lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that will cut this lead down to 25. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. He'll look to throw. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Check back 33. Hey, watch.
Ready?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass, that maybe they just nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Pull it together. Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'6". Come off the ball, hard.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Come on. Sunday. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Ready to go.
To throw, Winston. And that will be incomplete. Kyle Fuller there defensively. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for him because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense, it's going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. Lindsey. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
47.
They go play action. Winston. He's going to air one out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down at the 10.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. It's caught by Sanders. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. That one goes for 24 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check Mike 33. Check Mike 33. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Mike, check 33. 33.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day. Yo, go. Hey, Charlie. Shoot.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right. It got his man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one goes for 30 yards.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
33.
Defense wins championships, baby. Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33. I got wide.
Mike, check 33. 33.
Smooth. It's a party now. Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33. You got nothing today. You got nothing.
Mike, check 33.
Hey, exit. Let's make these babies cry all the way. Five.
They'll look to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Watch the block, motion, block.
Mike, check 33.
33. Exit. Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Check Mike 33. Bring it.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Over the middle, complete. That's Banks. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
Let's go. Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33. Don't get nervous. Mike, shit.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. And it's caught. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Hey, back up. Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Extra point attempt here still to come. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get this back to just the 20 with a penalty marker down. Let's see what this is about. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Winston. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Throwing on 2nd and long. Winston. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 24. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Ready? Go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's going to be caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away. Yeah,
that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by one more. This fielded at the 2. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
Ready?
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
Ready? Back with behind. Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
On third down, Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Switch up. 54.
Now Winston on 4th down. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line.
Alpha.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop it.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners
who
had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Saints, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year.